Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Scott Reacts. It is your boy Scott. Of course, you know to follow me on all social media platforms at Barbchair Scott. That's Twitter slash X, Instagram, TikTok, the whole deal, man. All those links are in the description box. So go over there and click on that. While you're at it, subscribe to the page if you haven't subscribed already. Press like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Turn your notifications on. Go be uploading a lot of stuff on this channel all summer long. And in the couple months that we will have without I'm Not Gonna Hold You, this is gonna be my home base for the content. Now, granted, even when I Am Hold You does come back, I'm Not Gonna Hold You does come back in August, we still will be uploading stuff. But this is gonna be my home base for everything that's not I'm Not Gonna Hold You or 79 Hours. And even if you want to watch both shows on this channel, you still can do that because I will be live streaming both of those shows on this channel as well. Clips, everything that from the other pages will be on the main page in our playlist section, so you can check that out, man. Shout out to everybody who subscribed. Shout out to everybody who's checked out these first couple episodes, man. This is I don't want to say a passion project, but something I'm trying to build up from the ground up. We're gonna see this whole process too. You know, right now we got very small amount of followers, but shout out to all 280 of you who have followed this channel over the last week that I really started doing this, man. So we're gonna watch this grind as we continue to get these numbers up, man. So I got a couple things I want to react to today, but let's get to the main story that I want to react to. That is the Los Angeles Lakers have been sold. Yes, the Los Angeles Lakers are not in family ownership anymore, as Jeannie Buss and the rest of the Buss family have sold a majority stock to billionaire owner Mark Walter. For those of you who don't know who Mark Walter is, he is also the main owner of that ownership group that owns the Los Angeles Dodgers, which includes NBA legend, Hall of Famer Magic Johnson. You know, Billie Jean King. She's also part of the ownership group as well. He also owns Premier League team Chelsea, and he has stock in F1 racing. So yeah, this dude has a lot of fucking money, and he bought the Lakers for, drum roll please, $10 billion. Yes, 10 American $1 billion, man. That number is, I can't even imagine what even 25% of $10 billion is, but $10 billion. This large makes the largest sale in American sports history, which is crazy. The Boston Celtics also sold earlier last not early, but in the last year for $6 billion. So even before they announced the number, which Shams did not announce the number right away, which I knew it was big. I knew it would be around it. So $10 billion. Now, just a couple notes on that. And the Buss family still might have a minority stock in the company. They own 15% of it. Majority of it is going to Mark Walter. And Jeannie Buss will still be governor and will still be running the team for the foreseeable future. They didn't say how many years, but for the foreseeable future. And to me, this is a great deal. They say this has been something that's been in the works for a couple years, which is crazy because we have heard nothing about this. Just really came out of nowhere. This is like a seismic move right here. The Lakers, you can say, are a probably top 5 franchise in all of sports. And that didn't even includes Europe and everything like that. So massive thing for them. So Jeannie gets a lot of money for herself and her family, and she still gets to have her dream job in being governor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, you might be wondering, what does this mean? So to me, obviously it's new ownership. I think this guy, Mark Walton, you've seen what he's done with the Los Angeles Dodgers the 12 years he's on, him and Magic Johnson. They have won 11 NL West titles. They have been to the World Series 4 times and have won 2 of them. And they have been an absolute powerhouse. Money has not been an option over there. They have signed superstars like Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman. They have traded for Mookie Betts. They brought all the big talents that they've had. They have really not been in a team that is worried about spending money. They had Manny Machado for a little bit. We can go over how many players they've had over these last 12 years. So I know there's a lot of Laker fans out there. And by the way, I am not a Laker fan. I know some of y'all see this picture in the background and just automatically think I'm a Laker fan. I am not. Kobe is one of my favorite players of all time. I have a 1A, 1B. Mike is my 1A. Kobe's one of my 1B. Growing up and being from Chicago, Mike's always number one. Bulls winning championships was my childhood. And then when Mike retired, I became full-time Kobe fan and watching Kobe win his 5 in my teenage years and early adult years. So that's why, yes, I am not a Laker fan. I have no beef with the Lakers outside of LeBron James. And once LeBron actually retires, I can probably actually start to wish them good fortune. But no, I am not a Laker fan. So I just want to speak to that. Before Laker fans and for other fans who want to know exactly what this means, I do think that it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to move, because they're not going to be able to pay players or get players and pay off in installments like the Dodgers like to do. Dodgers be using like Klarna and shit like that to pay off. I mean, Shohei Ohtani's not even getting most of his money till he actually retires. So they're not going to be able to do that in NBA because a little thing called salary cap, a little thing called the second apron. But I am interested to see if this means that that they'll have no problem being an apron, that they'll have no problem being in a luxury tax real happy. And that's going to be something that's really going to be interesting. We also saw in the article, Shams said that they reached out to Luka and before the deal was done. And this just tells you everything they know about this new era. Not reaching out to LeBron. They reached out to Luka, knowing that this is going to be Luka's team for the foreseeable future. Now, he hasn't signed an extension yet, but I would be absolutely stunned if that's not one of the first things on the agenda for the Lakers this offseason, is to sign their young superstar Luka Doncic to a one of the best deals in NBA history. So I'm really interested to see what that's going to be. If you look with their other teams, obviously he spends with Chelsea in the Premier League. So I really want to see how he's going to manage that in a salary cap league and what that's going to be, or what Jeannie's going to do, because Jeannie still runs the team. She just got to get approval from the big dogs when it comes to writing the check. So that's very interesting. And to me, it kind of leads you to think about what's going to happen with other ownership, other teams. We see a lot of these billionaire guys coming in and buying teams lately. We saw it with the Boston Celtics a couple months ago. We saw it with the we see it with Premier League teams all the time in soccer. We see it in just soccer in general. We've seen it with the New York Mets a couple years ago. We're seeing it with the White Sox. It's starting to happen where there's a deal in place for the Ishbas to take over. I hope every day that the Chicago Bulls will be bought. Now, we don't know what's going to happen. Now, we do know when Jerry decides to let go of the White Sox, or, when he passes away, the full control is going to go to his son, Michael, and who knows? Maybe Michael wants to give it up. I say if the Lakers go for $10 billion, the Celtics went for $6 billion. Even though the Celtics are more of a winning franchise than the Bulls, I'll argue the Bulls are a bigger brand than the Boston Celtics just off the Jordan years. So I can see the Bulls going for $7-8 billion. So that's obviously not a conversation right now, because we can't have that conversation until Jerry's no longer in control of the Bulls. But the number one team I'm looking at is, when is Hal Steinbrenner going to be free to control of owning the New York Yankees? I don't know how. I never covered the Knicks. I mean, not the Knicks, but the Yankees or anything like that. But it kind of seems like he's only doing this job because of something his father wanted to do before he passed away. If the Lakers go for $10 billion, the New York Yankees are the biggest team in American sports. I think they would easily go for $13 billion. So don't know what's going to happen, but if you're the New York Yankees, or if you're the Chicago Bulls, or if you're any franchise that's valued pretty high, you're going to be looking like, what can I get? And that's going to be interesting. Even the Chicago Bears, they're thinking about selling part of the team to be able to fund the new stadiums. That's going to be interesting to see, man. Just a couple other things I wanted to react to today. Ime Udoka, head coach of the Houston Rockets, just signed a long-term deal. So shout out to Ime. He's got a future there, something that we thought was going to happen in Boston before whatever happened. And we still don't actually know what the fuck happened to that situation. But he's going to be in Houston for a long time. And the Knicks can cross him off their list, and whatever list they've got coming up as well, man. Trying to think, was there anything else going on? Oh, yeah, Bears. Chicago Bears training camp information has been announced. They will be returning. Rookies will be returning to Hallis Hall for training camp on Saturday, July 19th. And I'm looking at it right here. And the vets will be returning on Saturday, July 22nd. And of course, I'll be there. Me and my brother be there. It's going to be a full barber's chair thing like we always do. I'm going to be covering my fifth training camp. My fourth training camp. So that's going to be exciting. The Bears will also host joint practices at Hallis Hall. Last year, they did a joint practice with Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. This year, they're going to be doing two of them. One they'll be doing on Friday, August 8th with the Miami Dolphins before their preseason game. And then on Friday, August 15th with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, man. So look out for all of the information, all the coverage we're gonna be doing on that, and it's gonna be a lot of them, man. So that is all I got for y'all on this edition of Scott Reacts. I will be giving y'all another reaction after tonight's Game 6 of the NBA Finals. I'll either be recapping a new NBA champion and the end of another NBA season, or be talking about Game 7 on Sunday, man. So I'll be recording that tonight, but look out. Well, I'll be recording either tonight or tomorrow. Either way, you'll have it up by tomorrow afternoon, so look out for that. I'm not going to hold you. Maybe see a season finale, depending on what happens tonight. If the Thunder win in advance, then tomorrow will be the season finale, and we'll be off for a couple weeks. We're going to do an NBA free agency special on July 7th. And then after that, we're going to be off to August 29th. So, but if there is a Game 7, we will have the finale will be on Monday. So get into with that, man. As usual, follow your boy at Barberchair Scott, all social media platforms. Subscribe, leave a comment, like, turn your notifications on, all that good stuff, because I'm going to be dropping a lot of stuff on here, man. So I'm going to holler at y'all next time. I'm up out of here.